Hi, it's Love. I'm back. Today is day 25 of my 30-day water fast, and it has been insanity for the last week. Um, I made a really long video a moment ago, and I started to edit it, and I was saying so much that I knew that I needed to just refilm it because it was just way too much. So I decided to write some notes down to kind of stay given the most pertinent information, right? So the last video I made was on the 17th, and I told you guys that we had gone to my son's grandfather's funeral, and he died. A lot of health issues. He had diabetes, but just his death really helped me stay the course, and I said that in my last video. And then Saturday came. I was down 1.1 pounds. Sunday, 1.2 pounds. Monday was Martin Luther King Day, 1.2 pounds. Feeling really good. My friend called me, and he had been complaining that he hadn't felt well. And so early that afternoon, he called and said, that his back was hurting. And I decided to, go over and see about him and take him food and stuff. And we were just talking about my fast, a lot about my fast and how I was feeling about it. And throughout all these 20 days, those 20 days, he would call me in the morning or text me in the morning and just ask me how I was doing. Some of these days he has fasted along with me. 5 out of the 20 days he's fasted for 24 hours. And he's on especially last year, he lost 70 pounds. He's down to probably about 230 now. He was up to 300 pounds. And 6'3", about 230 right now. And just a lovely person, right? We've been friends for 10 years. So Monday afternoon when he called me and said he wasn't feeling well, I go over with food, and he was really apologetic because he's like, I don't feel well, and you're fasting, and here you are with food. And we just talked about how this journey has been going for me these last 30 days, and how I have a lot of clarity on what my next steps are. We both have children who will be 16 this year, and we were just having a really good conversation about, what we want to do in the next 5 years, and especially after the kids graduate high school. But we're sitting there, and he started to complain more about his back and his upper body just wasn't feeling well. He had eaten a little bit, and then he stood up, and he said, oh, I just don't feel well. And then he sat back down on the couch, and he said that and I could just look at him and tell that something was wrong. And he started to kind of tighten up, and he says, I feel like I'm going to throw up. And I was like, don't throw up. So I got the trash can out of the kitchen, gave it to him, and kind of sat with him, just kind of, trying to calm him down and relax him. And he stood up again, and he just really started to complain about his back. And I told him to sit back down. And 6'3", 230. He had a crazy, this innocent, childlike look in his eye. And because he had stood up, he's sort of looking down at me. And at that moment, I knew something was wrong, and he passed out. And what we know now is he was having a heart attack, and he's 46 years old, and he survived. Um, of course, I called an ambulance and everything, but that was just so crazy and taxing this week for me. Um, it didn't knock me off the wagon at all, mainly because he has been going through, losing weight and taking better care of himself. And he said, probably about 2 days later, he goes, you know, if I'd known I'd had a heart attack, I would have stayed the same, you know. And then, an hour later, he recanted that and said, you know what? No, I wouldn't have, because I think me being healthier than I was, a year ago saved my life. And I agreed with him, that had he stayed the same, he may have died. So that happened on Monday, and just sort of dealing with that all week. He had to have open heart surgery, and I just realized in these days how great of a friend he really is, how important he is to me, and how we have, like I said, been friends for 10 years now, and really just in these last, this last month, really started to understand that we have some things that we want to do together. you know he's a basketball coach, so he loves children like I do, and I want to teach art, and that's just like my love, and I just love children. So we just have some things we want to do together, and to see him go down like he did was just devastating for me. In these last 30 days, life has just, it's not even the full 30 yet, it's only 25. And life has just thrown me so many curveballs, with family and friends. But this one is just so, it's just so big for me. It's really just showed me how important he is, and how important friendships are and family are. Just how important family is, and but yeah, and just how important health and being healthier, no matter where you are right now, being healthier than you were yesterday, doing better than you did yesterday and last week and last year. This fast is really just showing me that. And there have been so many lows in this 25 days, and so many, and I've just been the lowest of the low. Monday night, thinking that it was over for him, like literally over. I had to call the ambulance, like that's how it was, and it was a whole thing that I can't even, I haven't really even talked about. But and then feeling really high, after seeing him come out of it, I was extremely happy. My son, and being with his family, and his father and his father's brother reconnected. Like, all these things have made me extremely happy. And then him having a heart attack made me extremely sad, you know. So it's just been so eye-opening, and just so many things revealing themselves. And I had said in the very beginning of this fast that I just really wanted to know what I was supposed to be doing. And in the first 2 weeks, I figured that out, you know. But I think these 30 days I was supposed to keep going, because I haven't eaten a thing, even when I wanted to. Like today, like I really wanted to, after finding out that Kobe Bryant had died, and just like, and then going through all that stuff last week, I was just like, oh, it just makes me hungry. I was riding in the car with my son. I was like, it just makes me hungry. And cooking him meals, and just, and I haven't cracked, and I feel really good about that. Yeah. Okay, so the weight. So the 18th was the Saturday after my last video. I lost 1.1 pounds, and I'm looking at my notes here. Sunday, 1.2 pounds. Tuesday, I started my period. And this is a little bit of TMI, but this may help the women who fast for 30 days. You understand that in the 30 days you're going to have a period if you still do. And for me, on last Tuesday, I got on the scale and I was up 4 pounds, 4 whole pounds. And I was like, what? And because I've been fasting and really taking care of, I haven't felt that PMS feeling of where you feel like you don't know where the emotions are coming from. I haven't felt that way. And I have in my calendar, when I'm supposed to be on my period and everything. And on Monday, well, Tuesday morning, it just sort of surprised me that I had gained these 4 pounds, because I didn't feel any sort of emotional way, and my body didn't feel any sort of way. And then Tuesday, kind of midday, I started my period, and I'm like, 4 pounds, what? Then I look at my phone at like 9 o'clock in the morning. It says you should start your period today, and then and I'm just like, oh, okay, that's what that is. But it just shows you how we hold on to fluid. Women do. During that time of the month, and so then Wednesday, I lost 2.3 pounds. 2.3 pounds of fluid, I should say. Then Thursday, 1.2 pounds. Friday, 1.1 pound. Yesterday, 1.5 pounds. And I've said this in numerous videos that every single time I work out, I lose less than 1 pound. Every single time. And I think it has a lot to do with my body holding on to fluid after the workout, because I can kind of feel it in my joints and stuff. Yesterday I did a lot of running around and run a lot of errands, and I was on my feet all day long, having a good time, but still, it's when I checked my Fitbit, I was at like 15,000 steps or something crazy, and I didn't even feel like I stepped that much. But today I only lost 0.6 pounds. So it's just crazy, because in all of that, from the last time I did the video to now, I'm only down like 6.2 pounds or something like that. So and I'm looking at my calendar. I have everything kind of laid out here. But yeah, just him having that heart attack and understanding, how important he is to me, it's just been a lot. It's just been a lot. It's been a whole lot, and me really understanding who he is to me and how important friendships are, you know. Um, and just understanding that we got a lot of work to do and you can't just die. And we kind of joked about that yesterday when I saw him. He's home now. He had open heart surgery. He's home and hugging the pillow. But but yeah, um, it's this week has been crazy. But I'm so proud of myself because in all of this, I have stayed consistent, you know. My son is doing really, with his eating and stuff, he's doing really good. He'll be 16 in 2 weeks, and really doing this is really helping me, I think, just have a more even attitude even when I do get upset, or he could be doing things better with himself. It's really just sort of helped me kind of stay a bit more calm. um but I don't know, I feel good, and I say that a lot when I get on these videos, but I do, you know after so much that's happened this week. um I just feel good. um Over on Instagram, I get some messages. I've received some messages, and people come from here to there, and they DM me and ask me questions. But I got a question last week about bowel movements. I know that's TMI, but I'm on day 25, and on day 20, that was Thursday. Um, Actually, I was on day 22. Yeah, I was on day 22 last Thursday. And I felt sick. Okay, well, let me begin. On Monday, after my great friend had his heart attack, once the ambulance got there and everything, I'd held it together for so long that I threw up, and I was just super emotional at that point. I'd thrown up, and later on that evening, once I got home and settled and everything, I still sort of felt sick, and I just was in the bathroom. Um, I was here alone. My son didn't come until a little bit later, but I was just in there for about 30 minutes, just kind of on the toilet. But um, but I get these questions about bowel movements, and do you have them, and is how many days can you fast without having a bowel movement, and is that unhealthy and all this stuff. But I did last Monday, and then on Thursday, there was a lot of rumbling and noise in my stomach. Okay, so Thursday, I had the rumbling, and it wouldn't stop. And Thursday morning, I worked from home, and I woke up with it rumbling. Probably about 11, still rumbling. 12, I'm like, something's trying to come out. Like my stomach is making so much noise. Maybe I need to take another salt. I put 2 teaspoons of salt in some water, drank it, just chugged it, and I always know that that'll help me go to the bathroom. And I did that. I sat here for a moment. I'm working, and I start to feel it. So I go in the bathroom, and lo and behold, parasites. That might be gross to some people, but that's what happened on Thursday. Before my previous 20-day fast, that happened probably on the 15th day. So I've been kind of looking for it, but with everything going on, I sort of lost track of, you know, even the days that I'd been fasting. So Thursday was day 22 and parasites. I wasn't really freaked out because, a year ago I watched all these fasting videos and I knew everything about fasting. And then I done the 20-day fast. So I was, prepared to see it, in the toilet. If you haven't seen it, like people have it on, YouTube and everything, I'm not posting it. But just the idea that after 22 days, things are still inside your intestines and in your stomach is just mind blowing to me. Just how our bodies are and how they work is just completely mind blowing to me. But I had a bowel movement and it was a great one. if you can even say that. But I felt so much better Thursday. And then Friday, I was down another 1.1 pounds. But then after I did that, I drank more water because I didn't want to I didn't want to be dehydrated or anything. Friday, I was down another 1.1 pounds. And feeling so much lighter too, after that like 4-point gain, I wasn't really losing weight like I wanted to, I felt. But I hear a lot of people say that you have a shrink week at right around week 3, and that's sort of how I felt. And I was sort of stagnant on like what the scale said, especially after gaining 4 pounds and down 2 pounds, and I was still not breaking even. So I said, you know what, I'm not gonna step on the scale. That was Friday. And then I couldn't help myself, so I did. And I still hadn't like conquered those 4 pounds, well, almost, I guess. But I went in my closet. I have all my regular clothes that I wear on a daily basis, and then I have these clothes that I've bought either on sale or just because, sort of like goal pieces. When I reach a goal, I should be able to fit in this item. Or when I finally get to this weight, this size, this is the first thing I want to wear. So these are goal pieces. And so this shirt is one of those goal pieces. I bought this shirt, admittedly too small, but I knew, especially doing this 30-day fast, that I would be able to fit it in eventually. And it's way sooner than I thought. It fits and it's nice. A pair of pants that I bought, and both these things came from Old Navy, the pants and this shirt. There were some pants, they were on sale, and I was like, well, eventually I'll be able to get in to these pants and I'm gonna go ahead and buy them. And this is yesterday. No, this was Friday, because I hadn't lost any significant amount of weight, right? So I tried on these pants, and before I could only get them to, like kind of under my butt, back in November, I think it was. Yeah, like late November, around Thanksgiving. And I tried them on and I could pull them all the way up. And I was just looking in the mirror like, what? Oh my God, this is crazy. But I was just so excited. I didn't wear the pants because I want to wear the pants to work on Tuesday, but I decided to wear this shirt today. But just sort of going through that was just like, it really goes to show you that what the scale says is not all the time like what we look like or what we've lost. Oh, and if you didn't notice, no more dreads, no more locks. I really went crazy because I was home on Thursday and Friday, and I had made up in my mind that I had like 25 more to go. It was like 30 to go. And I said, I'm going to finish this. I want to finish my hair before I finish this fast. And I just sort of went crazy, and I think I said it takes an hour. It was taking an hour per lock, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. But even taking down my hair has been a journey for me. Like every little thing is a journey. And I know on YouTube that's like the thing to say, everything's a journey. But as I was doing it, like it was a huge ordeal. Like I still have all the hair here. Like this is nuts. I'll put a picture in. Like I still have all the hair. I feel really good. I'm on day 25 with a lot of clarity, a lot of energy for some crazy reason, and down 34.61 pounds. I'm trying to get to 40 by Friday. By January 31st, I want to be at 40. So we'll see how that works out this week. I'm going to try to record every day this week just to kind of keep the motivation and working out and walking going. But I feel great. I'm so appreciative of the people that follow me here and on Instagram and comment and DM me about, different things, and I comment on their pages and we talk back and forth. But I'm just grateful, and I feel really good. Day 25. See ya.